Now, it will be a special edition next week on our Touchline show when we'll be discussing everything that is happening in football all over Europe. The leagues are coming to an end. After 17 years in the waiting, Monaco finally lifted the League One in France. How did they do it? We'll be discussing that next week. England, Chelsea are already champions. In Serie A, Juventus are ready to take over the Scudetto. But also in Bundesliga, the German champions, Bayern Munich, will be going with it. In La Liga, it will be a matter of life and death when it comes to the last matches of that league, where Real Madrid will be trying for 5 years to get into that trophy. They have not found it yet. Will they be up there and knock Barcelona off that patch? It will be a special edition, only football. You're a football fan outside there, just tweet us at Osoro, at Wasike, Maxwel, hashtag Touchline Y254. Give us your numbers. We'll be calling you for that discussion. But now it is time we go ahead and discuss the KPL Week 12. And joining us here in studio today is former Kenya international Sepe Mulama Simeon and Mike Mukusewele. Bonga Boli mwenyewe. Welcome to our set, Bana.
Thank you.
Big weekend coming up. How are you feeling so far?
I'm good. I'm happy the league is on finally. We are about into the 12th match. Feeling good, afadhali bana.
Mkuse umetupotelea bana.
Nipo kama tarehe. Mambo mazuri sana kwa mzee.
Jina kubwa
na kigogo hapa. Naona hali yake afya sio mbaya mno.
Ligi imeanza.
Inaendelea hata hivyo. Mwisho wa siku nashukuru because of the simple reason that at least all is well. Only that hiyo msuko tunasikia kidogo kuhusiana na serikali na wawekezaji inaleta kidogo tashwishi. Nadhani pia serikali itakuwa vizuri ilegeze kamba kidogo kwa faida ya vilabu na wengine pia. Au sio?
Kabisa. I remember it's Kenya Premier League preview. Joining us on set, people from an integral part of local football, Michael Were Muhusia, aka Bonga Boli, renowned super sport football commentator, and Sepe Mulama, former Kenyan international. He featured for FC Leopards as well, and he's a slum boy. He's diehard and so passionate about Mathare United. I don't know, when the two teams are locking horns, which side does he take? We shall be looking forward to see and hear from him. But remember, 5 matches lined up this afternoon. Leopards against Kakamega Homeboys seems to be the standout fixture. Leopards, from their 3 fixtures, they have just managed to collect 1 point after losing against Gor Mahia, against Sony, and they just collected a point against Zukericho in the midweek at Kenyatta Stadium in Machakos. Not doing well, 8th on the log, Homeboys 10th on the log. What do you think about that clash?
It's going to be a very difficult time for AFC Leopards the way things are at the moment. I don't think they have the quality to be very much competitive in this league. So far, the way the coach himself, Stuart Hall, is behaving is a clear indication that come June or July, there's a big chance that he won't be here again. So maybe they need to rethink again. According to me, that is
the Kakamega Derby. That's how it has been dubbed. Mumias today in the afternoon. 4 matches they have played all season round. FC Leopards have won 3, Homeboys won 1, but it was a big win for Homeboys. It was 4-1. Who do you give it to?
You know, if we talk about the record, I think different players played for Leopards in the different seasons that they played against Homeboys, and they have a completely different team this year. Homeboys have a very big chance because they enjoy home support as well in Western. They've been doing well the last 2 years in the Premier League. They've been able to gather a lot of fans to run behind them. They have a good chance against Leopards, but you cannot rule out Leopards because, you know, if you listen to the coach talking, he talks about building a team and trying to make sure that the kids and the young boys that come in the team really grow up fast and catch up with the rest of the competition in the league. So Kakamega Homeboys, they have a chance, yes, but you cannot rule out FC Leopards in this match.
And talking about the fixtures lined up this afternoon, again pitting Moroni Youth and Zoya Football Club has just started. Barren score so far, and remember Mathare United will play host to Tusk FC, reigning KPL champions. Sofapaka against Kariobangi Sharks at Narok Stadium, the newly refurbished stadium which has been approved by KPL for, you know, use. And Zukericho will play against Bandari Football Club. What do you think about the game that is just in progress, Moroni Youth against Zoya?
Tough match, but Looking at Zoya not having a very good run lately, they started off very well. They had good momentum, but I think that's coming down because of the way they play. I think their style of play catching up with them. I think it's initially everybody thought Zoya is going to be running people like they did run Tusker, but then it comes down to fitness, to injuries, and exhaustion, burnout in the players. I think that's catching up with them very early in the season.
Some of their players have been included in 26 months code named by Stanley Kumbi, Harambee Stars national head coach, ahead of Angola tie on June 4th at Kenyatta Stadium. Do you think big boost?
Yes, it's a very, very big boost. It's always good when a youngster is included in the national team. I think it's the right time to include some of these kids, Masita Masuta and the rest. I think it's the right time to start, having them taste the national team, even if it means just being in the camp and training with the rest of the team and not actually participating in the match. But I think it's a great boost for the team. Just to think that 1, 2, or 3 of us have already been noticed, recognized, and included in the national team. I think it's a big boost for the team.
Over to you, Michael Were. Moroni Youth has not been in stable form since parting ways with Weekly for Chomo to Kakamega Homeboys. Their front line has been quite blunt. What do you think about their attacking potential?
Well, the problem with the Moroni Youth is the management. Mr. Dagala, he keeps on changing or chasing or setting more quality players that might have really given him hope of maybe clinching the title, because it's very much possible. But as per the situation on the ground, I think it's Odijo back there, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
He has got all it takes to be there and also to mentor those young players to perform as part of the team's expectation.
If you were to predict that match, the young versus the old, Moroni versus Nzoia, can you give Mwalala and these young lads a chance?
Mwalala has got a very big chance because of the simple reason that those players have been together for a very long time, all the way from Division 1 to where they are. They've played big guns before, talk of Gor Mahia and Tusk FC. They've managed to actually come out as victors in terms of Go TV, etc. So playing against Moroni, I don't think it's a very big thing for Bernard Mwalala. He's an experienced man. So at the end of the day, there's a possibility he might end up as a winner or probably a draw, because Moroni, they're yet to click.
They're yet to click.
Yes.
There's another big match that is happening this evening will be between Mathare United versus Tusker. Former Tusker Kimanzi against Mathare United. How will that match be faring on?
It's a very, very tough match for Mathare United. If you look at the record, they've played the last 8 years, I think they played 16 times. Tusker have won 5 times. Mathare United have won 4 times, 7 ties in the 16 matches. But you look at Mathare United's form currently, the last 5 matches, I don't think they've won more than 2 matches. And Tusker started off very slow, but now picking up. Last weekend, picking 3 crucial points from a goal by Humphrey Miano. It's going to be a tough match for United. Remember, Tusker are playing at home at Ruaraka. They enjoy the home support. They've been able to gather quite a number of fans in the nearby areas in Huruma, Thika Road, Thika Highway, Huruma, Babadogo, and stuff like that. Seriously. So it will be a tough match for Mathare United, because coming into this match, I don't think they'll be looking for 1 point. They'll be looking for all the 3 points, which means they'll really open up the game and try to attack as much as possible, get the first goal, the second goal in, and try to secure that. And if you do that against Tusker with a team that has quality, Danson Kago, Humphrey Mienos, Masharia, who just got called up in the national team, I think you'll be opening up yourself for some trouble from your opponent. So I think it's a tough match for Mathare United. I do not see them getting all the 3 points today. If they do, congratulations to them, but they really, really have a tough job.
Over to you, Mathare United, talking about the Slum Boys, 2008 KPL champions. They have started the top tier on a low, on a shaky note. Do you think maybe the touchline buying of Francis Kimanzi might have contributed to their, unstable kickoff to the top tier?
Okay, so many people, they throw blame on Kimanzi so much. But I think Mathare United has got its own philosophy. I think the best question should have been channeled to the former player.
Former player,
yes,
over
the
to
former
you.
player.
What?
He has been there.
What do you think about Mathare United's shaky start to the top tier? A lot of people have attributed it to, touchline ban, of one Francis Kimanzi. Do you think it has contributed immensely to their...
No, I don't think the touchline ban has contributed to Mathare's results so far. I think the fact that Mathare United lost some of the key players from last season who helped them finish at least in a decent position last year. I think losing those players, Eric Yohana, Kamura, Waivon Isuza, the goalkeeper Mboya, who went to Kariobangi Sharks, I think losing some of the key players played a big role. They've lost a lot of players. They've brought in very new players. They have about 7 kids from the youth team. They have about over 10 boys from the MISA youth leagues and structures. So it's pretty much a new team. Much as Mathare United has been in the league for over I think it's 19 years. This is the 19th year now. Yes. But it's a very, very new team. If you look at the players, I think less than 5, at least 5 of them only have been in the Premier League. Everyone else is new in the league. Mwaura has been there in the league. Weiss has been in the league, Kasaya. But the rest of the guys, this is their first year, actually. So I think it's a very, very, very new and young team in the league. You can, if you compare Mathare United and Kariobangi Sharks, Mathare United and Zoo Kericho, Mathare United is much younger in terms of playing together and the cohesion and the chemistry in the team.
And you cannot fault Mathare United because every season, season in, season out, they are giving out players to other teams. That's a very thing that Mathare United has been doing for this. But also,
you can blame them, actually.
Yeah.
You can blame them.
You can blame them.
You can blame them. You need right now in the competition now, yes. In the league and you know the dynamics around football in Kenya now, you need to be able to retain your best players. Look at Gor Mahia.
Yes.
They're not losing so many. They have young players coming through, but they're not losing as many players as Mathare United. So you need to find a way to retain your players. You know, when we hear about players going for months without salary, you know, the players' welfare, injuries not being taken care of and stuff like that, you know, that is not good for the continuity of the team. So Mathare United have themselves to blame, much as they have a young team, but they have themselves to blame in the sense that they are not able to retain their best players for more than a year or 2 years.
And talking about Mathare United in comparison with other teams like Kariobangi Sharks has just contributed 3 players to 26-man squad named by Stanley Okumbi on Thursday, Ovela Ochieng, Pascal Ogweno and Bolton Omwenga. They are taking on Sofapaka this afternoon at Narok Stadium. What do you think about that tie? Sofapaka against Sharks?
Sharks, I think they are 5th on the log at the moment, and actually they have the momentum of doing great in this. They are back again because they were eliminated, they were relegated, and now they are back after a very long period of time. But look at the signings that they did during the transfer window. I think the coach actually did what was expected, signing quality players.
The likes of Elias CHA,
Yes.
Osborne Mande.
Those are,
do you think they have added spice to the squad?
Exactly. They are experienced individuals. So I think when they're going to take on Sofapaka this evening, there's a possibility they're going to win against Sofapaka, because Sofapaka, their trend is not good at the moment.
Sofapaka has a blend of experience and youth. Charles Okwemba, Moses Dubo, Diambo, and the youngsters who are just signed, especially after Betika, the betting platform came on board to sponsor them. Why do you like the move?
They need to bring on what we call fresh legs. Those guys, it's an old team. They need to have a transition.
Transition. What do you think, Sepe?
I think Sofapaka have a chance equally because you look at their last few matches, they've been doing well. I think out of 11 matches, they've won 5 and tied 3, if I'm not wrong. They're picking up well. The veteran, the senior players, like the Okwembas and stuff, I think they are also doing a good job to get Sofapaka back to its feet. You cannot compare Sofapaka's performance this year after 11 matches to last year's performance. You know, right now I think they're on 6 on the log. Something that nobody expected, especially after surviving relegation last season and not really retaining most of their guys.
Is it really relegation?
They survived it.
That's in quotes.
But,
you know, but I think they equally have a good chance because they've been winning matches. Actually, towards the end of the match, the senior players stand up, you know, wanavumilia until the end of it, and they end up being the winners.
Well, those are some of the matches that are happening today. But tomorrow we also got 4 matches on the card. Nakumatt will be playing home to Chemelil Sugar. Sony Sugar will be welcoming Western Steamer at their ground in Awendo Green Stadium. Then Ulinzi Stars versus Posta Rangers. Gor Mahia versus Thika United. Before we talk Gor Mahia Thika, one big match on Sunday will be Ulinzi versus Posta Rangers. What are your thoughts on that one?
And Steven Waru is back with a bang. Key top scorer having been included on 26-man squad.
Yes, man. Ulinzi looking good. You know, third on the log, Posta looking equally good. Second on the log. You know, you talk about the Warurus in Ulinzi, and you know, you look at Posta. They have Dennis Mukaisi. They have Joseph Mbugi, Capello. They have Atudo in the back. They have Simon Bugwa, who is also in the national team in the 16-man squad. I think it's going to be a very, very tough match. It's going to be tough for Ulinzi. You know, you look at Posta, you talk about experience in Sofapaka. Posta really have the experience, you know, from the goal, Matasi, to the defense, talking about Luko Chieng and Atudo, midfield, Jerry Santos and the Nyagas, and, you know, in the offense, Dennis Mukaisi. I think they have a good combination, Posta. And the way Ulinzi have been playing, yes, they won their last match at home. They really struggled in that match. Playing tomorrow against Posta, who have a very, very good defensive discipline, and they know how to score at least even one goal, and then you know how to retain that lead. Ulinzi, they're in for a very, very tough match tomorrow.
Where last week, Posta Rangers coach Pamzo was quoted saying we are a very attacking side. Just that people haven't realized it yet.
With 9 goals.
Yeah, yeah, that is the thing. He said we are an attacking side. In that, we defend, yes, because of the experience they have in defense with Luko Cheng and Atudo and the others, but also going forward because they came from behind to draw with Moroni Youth. Do you buy that argument? Because their winnings or their draws have been 1-0, 1-1.
I think they need to score goals in order for them to be counted. So far, there's a lot of draws, and this is not a clear indication for them actually to be title contenders. If they end up like this, if they continue this trend, they might end up finishing 5th or 6th, because the likes of Tusk FC, the likes of Ulinzi Stars, these are, we call them what was Wakawaida, top 5. Yes, Wazoefu. So there's a clear, it's too early, yes, they're yet to concede, they're still unbeaten, but comes second leg, I think there's going to be some changes. So he needs to start scoring goals for him to be counted. Yes, defensive-wise, they are good.
Remember, it's a talk on Kenyan Premier League. Several matches lined up this afternoon. 5 matches on card. Standout fixture, FC Leopards against Kakamega Homeboys in Mumias Complex. Game that is currently Progress Moroni Youth against Ndoya Football Club. Currently scoreless. Mathare United playing host to Tusk FC. Then Kariobangi Sharks visit Sofapaka at Narok Stadium in a match that is slated for 3 p.m. kickoff. Then Zukericho against Bandari. Of course, as the table looks like 18 team standings, Gor Mahia is still at the top of the table with 23 points, followed by Rangers, who are taking on Ulinzi Stars tomorrow. Ulinzi 3rd, Tusk FC 4th, and Kariobangi Sharks 5th. And now, tomorrow Gor Mahia against Thika United. Nicholas Muyoti, former Kenyan international as well, has taken over the mantle at Thika United. Now he's the head coach as we talk right now against Zimaria's charges. What do you make of it? One-sided affair?
18th versus position 1.
Yes.
These are former champs. Gor Mahia, we know very well that they have something. There's a target. They want to claim that that title again.
Yes.
From, let's say, is it Tusker?
Yes.
So every match, according to them, is like a final. I don't think they're going to. These are free 3 points, according to Jose Maria and those the supporters.
Yes.
So it's up to them actually to continue the momentum. Remember, they've been out of top position 1 for a very long period of time. Now they've already overtaken Posta Rangers. Come to Muyoti. Muyoti is still trying to struggle after Nandwa was actually elbowed out.
Yes.
So it's going to be a very tough thing. Is it at Thika? Yes. And you see...
No, it will be at Nyayo.
At Nyayo?
Yes.
So I actually said that Gor Mahia is always a home team wherever they go. tomorrow, and there's something again about Thika United. It said that Thika always plays good or well outside their home turf, yes. But you see the management or the technical bench has changed for a very long period of time, since the days of Kamau, isn't it?
Yes.
So, okay, they can only manage a draw, but according to the situation, Gor Mahia is going for 3 points.
And on a
Simon.
light note, Michael Were Mukusia, you seem to be having passionate female fans outside there watching the program. Immaculate Mutua and Naliaka Simia watching, and they are telling me, tell Were to pick one of his favorite fixtures this afternoon and do some Swahili commentary, even for a few seconds.
Okay, you can see. They know the reason as to why. I know the reason as to why they're talking that way.
So
I'm fond of expressing myself in
pick
Swahili.
one of your favorite fixtures lined up this afternoon and do some Swahili commentary, even for a minute.
After the break.
After the break.
It will be happening. But Simon,
Yes.
CAF licensing is getting notable coaches off the game to management positions. Like now, Nando went to the technical director, Thika. But it is becoming baptism by fire for the young coaches, because you played with Muyoti.
Yes.
Will he be able to handle like Thika? Because Thika usually young boys. Will he be able to handle it this time? Because they might go. And it's not the first time we are seeing them at the bottom of the log for a very long time in a league.
I think the last 3 years they've been struggling a lot.
Yes.
You know, it's always been a bet is thicker, going for relegation, and then they survive the last minute. I think it was like KCB with KCB and actually City Stars for the longest time. Back to your question, I think Muyoti can do it. Like you say, he's young. But not as young as 28 years old. You know, he's almost in his 40s, I think. I played with Kimanzi, and Kimanzi has been doing well as a coach. I played with Salim. I played with Francis Baraza, and they've been doing very well as coaches. I'm not sure about his experience, you know, but experience only comes when you get the opportunity to coach a team and work with a group. So I think he's the same way the team is learning. I think also Muyoti is learning and trying to get the experience in the. Unfortunately, it's in the top tier. Can he do it? I think he can do it if he gets, you know, the right group and the right support from the bench. And we just give him a chance. You know, we cannot say he's not experienced, so we keep calling back the common names, you know, recycling the common names, and, you know, the older guys. The older guys are always good to be there and support from the back, but also it's a good chance for the young guys to step in. You know, it's a challenge to all the young coaches. You know, if some of these guys, the older guys, are going out of coaching and maybe getting into the administration side of it, because when you say management, coaching is also management. So, but you know, when the older guys leave the scene and the young guys now start getting the opportunity, you need to at least you know, show some good result. If it's not the results as in the points that you're accumulating, but the kind of play that we see from your team.
And Michael Were Mukusia, it is another Sugar derby that will be happening at Awendo Green Stadium. Sony Sugar, Western Stima. Salim Babu against Henry Omino. Considering Henry Omino is back from health, the other health scare, he was sick, was admitted for 2-3 match days, was not available. That match, is Sony going to use their home advantage to take over Western Stima?
Sony are always good at home. I remember they're playing at Awendo Green Stadium. It's a place, it's very difficult to hunt through those 3 points. I remember Gor Mahia, FC Leopards, and the likes of Tusker. They rarely come out with the positive results there. So it's actually going to be a very tough match for the Western or the Powermen, bearing in mind that Omino, I think, his team at the moment, they're position 17,
yes.
almost second last. So things are not well. This is a team that it's used to be being among the best top 5 in the league. So I think it's going to be a very tough match. Those boys have got each what it takes actually to give Omino hope for him actually to finish in top 8. But Salim Babu has got something to prove to the football lovers of Migori County. By picking at least 3 points and actually being one of the competitive teams in the KPL at the moment. Remember that the 2006 champs.
Well, those are some of the matches that will be happening. Nakumatt will be going for Chemelil Sugar. Gor Mahia will be going for Thika United. Gentlemen, we have to appreciate for you coming on board with us here today to give us an event on how KPL is going to happen. We'll be hoping that we can have you next week, but this time round, it will be for your Manchester United.
And for your suffering Arsenal Football Club. It seems that they won't manage to qualify for UEFA Champions League football, of course, relying on mathematical chances tomorrow that Liverpool should lose to Middlesbrough and Manchester City draw against who so that we beat Everton and qualify. It is something we should be looking forward to see how it pans out. Mwangi Mudhe up next from 1:30. Chairman, Local Organizing Committee World Youth Championships, an event slated for Kasarani Stadium this coming July. He will be keeping us posted with the preparation so far. Of course, it's been a chat on Kenyan Premier League with several matches lined up this afternoon. Michael Were Muhusia from Supersport, a renowned football commentator, alongside Sepe Simon Mulama, former Kenyan international, were joining us to dissect about the match day 12 of top tier. It's the touchline on Y254.
And before we go to the break, will also be a feature on Barnabas Corrido on what he thinks about the NOC election and everything. Those questions were asked by Maxwel Wasike. And up next, Mwangi Mudhe and the preparations for the Under-18 Championships.